Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing? Oh, this video is going to be about narcissists who talk too much. The conversational narcissist. Narcissists have a very wonderful way of being very, very talkative. I had researched it, and it was an article that I had read how a narcissist could be so conversational, where they get into a conversation where they could actually jump into other people's conversations and to the point that it could be on topic of what other people are talking about. And then they amazingly could change the topic and the conversation would be all about them. Yes, all about them. And they could go on, for minutes to hours of talking non-stop. And yes, my ex is happened to be one of those, a talker. He could talk to random strangers. Random strangers get a conversation going and bam. And once he get it going, he can hold you up. It's like there is no boundaries, none whatsoever. It's like you could be that person. He could hear like look, be charming about it, like and you will start a conversation. And then before you know it, you can start a conversation about anything. And then he'll work his way into the conversation start being about him, his life, what he do, the money he's made. And then it's like he's trying to get you on board of the type of job that he does. You know, that type. I mean, it's like when you get to a conversation with a narcissist, it's a never ending thing. They don't know when to shut up. Like, really, for real. They don't know when to, like, really shut the fuck up. They really don't. They can overstep boundaries of other people. You can be holding up a person. And you know how people, they try not to be rude and anything. And they be like, people listening, yeah. And you could tell that sometimes you can look at a person, how they look at their wrist or whatever, or they may be trying to see what time it is. And it's like, nurses don't care. They don't care. It's like, when they get to talking, it's like, you're going to hear me. I'm going to be talking. And the conversation is going to end when I want the conversation to end. You know, that's what narcissists do, and that's how they operate. Okay? That's how my ex-narc is. He could be like anywhere. When we like go to places together, he get into a conversation. And you are never included. You're never included into the conversation because the conversation is always going to be about them. Always going to be about them. Because one, they're bored. They're really like lonely, to be honest with you. They're self-centered. They're arrogant. Okay? They want the attention and admiration. Okay? They really do. That's how narcissists are. So it's like, watch out. Because once you get into that entanglement of a conversation with a narcissist, you like in that conversation. Because you got to politely, like, hey, it was nice conversation with you, but, try to break it off. Most narcissists, they will get offended with that. They will get offended. And they do show signs too when they get offended. And yes, some they be like, okay, but they'll feel some type of way. There was one occasion when me and him was at Walmart. He had his mother with him at the time and was going shopping. And it was during the summertime. It was hot outside, okay? He was shopping, getting things that he needed or whatever. Okay, so while he was doing his shopping, he all done and everything. So we waiting on for him, and it's like outside, you know. Now, nurse when they get to talking, they're gonna have you waiting. They're gonna have you waiting. But at that point in time, we was in Walmart at Coleraine, and he's talking to like some people he don't even freaking know. So he got to a conversation with him. Conversation just went on and on and on and on and on. And we outside. And she was like, I know Nate like to talk. Nate like to do this and that, you know. And it's like, any other mom be like, okay, like son, daughter is like, it's gonna go, you know. We're out here in the sun and it's like it's hot out, you know. Don't you have things to do? True enough, you know, you're grown and everything, but, you know, you got your mom that's really up in age out here, you know. It's like, do you even at least, like, care or literally, like, really give a fuck, you know? It was like, I looked at this woman like, you can't even stand up to your son like, hey, like, come on now. It's like time to go. Now, I'm going to tell my grown kids, like, hey, you know, it's time to go. You know, we can talk later, but we got business to take care of. We got things to do. And that's how it is. That's how it is. So when narcissists get into a conversation with anyone, they don't know when to shut it down. They don't know when to like, hey, you was nice talking to you. Sorry, I didn't mean to blah blah blah. But when they get once you get to it's over. It's like bam. It's like somewhere in there you gotta find a way. Like, okay, we conversated enough, it's time to go, you know. There was another occasion where we was at Dollar Tree and he was in the process of moving. Now it's this family that was there, and they had the little small kids with them. Now he don't know this guy none whatsoever, and it was like, you know, what type of job do you do? You know, blah blah blah. You know, whatever. You know, have you ever thought about getting in trucking? You know, and you know, explain to him and everything about it, how to get, you know, how to, you know, go about, you know, become a truck driver, whatever the case may be, and plus to talking about other stuff. But the conversation got to the point where we supposed to be going to get containers so he could finish up packing and do what we need to do to get the, you know, get the job done. Okay, I feel so sorry for the young lady. And it's like the kids was getting restless, and they started to cry. You know, children standing in one spot. You know, kids. You know, they're gonna get restless and everything. Chances are, you know, maybe getting hungry, maybe want something to drink. But I feel so sorry because it's like, you know, it's like, don't you see these two have children? You know, and it's like, okay, you gave this person that you don't know the information that they needed as far as, you know, how to go about trucking, whatever. And it's like, you literally like holding this family up. Don't you see the kids getting restless, you know? And all thing I kept doing, I was in the store just prancing, and it was like, I'm shaking my motherfucking head. Like, this is so damn sad. I couldn't say nothing to him because if I say anything, he will get upset. He probably would just probably flip out, probably cuss me out or whatever, call me every name in the book. That's what narcissists do. So when it comes to something like that, you gotta let a narcissist run, let it run its course. Because it's like you have to put up with it, you have to deal with it, and that's what they do. They get into a conversation with random people out here, and it don't matter where you at. They can just start a conversation, and there you go. They just don't know where to cut it off. They don't have no boundaries for people. When people like, okay, a person may have something to do, and it's like you already done talked their ears off enough, let alone, you know, talk their head off. And it's like, whoa. There was one time that he wanted a conversation. It was this white woman. And I'm sitting up there reading body language. And I could tell they wanted to say something. And I'm quite sure she had that look like, I don't want this kid talking to me. You know what the N word means. So it was like, it's her body language, I read it. And it was like Don't speak to me. Don't you say nothing to me. And I guess he kind of like felt the vibe on that, so he did not start the conversation. But narcissists, they always have the need in the feel that they need to be admired. They need to feel superior, and they want that admiration. I mean, everything. You know, they want to be noticed. They want that attention. That's what they want. Okay. Me being with him while he's out and about or whatever, while he's in conversation. Uh, this is my girlfriend, blah blah blah. It never was part of the conversation because the conversation was all about him, always. But narcissists, once you get into a conversation with a narcissist, they got slick fly ways. Like you get into a conversation with them, they got ways of like, hey, when they talk to you, they'll start asking you like personal questions and stuff. They'll ask you certain things. You know, just like get a little piece of info. That's what narcissists do. And then once they get all that, then they talking about you like real bad. Yeah, they talking about you. Hey, did you hear what that person said? Or did you hear what that person just told me? And they get the reeling on that and talking, and then they will downgrade you too. Even a stranger, they will downgrade you. So you got to be careful when you talk to a person that you're really going to long periods of conversations and don't know when to break it off. You know, they don't have they just overstep boundaries, and they really do because they just don't know when to shut the hell up, and they really don't. So with a narcissist, it's just like I said, it's all about attention, admiration. You want to feel validated or whatever. You know, they want the spotlight over them. They overpower conversations too. You could be somewhere, a narc could be anywhere. They could hear conversations, and they could find a way just to butt in, and they even not part of that, part of the group or part of the other people conversations, but they found ways just to butt on in, and bam, there you have it. And it's like, we'll invite you into, what we're talking about. But whatever the conversation may be, it could be about sports, it could be about anything. And I guarantee you, they got wonderful ways to change it. That's when they're going to start talking about them. Then the conversation will be stuck on them. It's going to be stuck on them. And once it's stuck on them, they don't have no care in the world what you got to say personally. They don't want to care to hear about your wonderful greatness or whatever, anything about you. Because once they will and deal their way into everybody else's conversation, it's over with. And once they do that, um, there's no stopping. But somewhere in there, you said that, hey, okay, it's time to cut this off. It's time to cut it. It's like it's just time to go. You know, I've been in many places with my ex-narc where he just run off with a freaking ass mouth. Just don't know when to shut the fuck up because he talks too damn much. He really does. And it's like, it's this one place. I think it's up in Evendale. And this place where they sell shoes. I can't think of the place, but I have been up there with him. It's a place where like construction workers, truck drivers, they sell like steel-toed boots. I mean, all types of work gear, winter gear, or whatever. I mean, it's a place for for those who work careers, and I can't think of that street place, but it's I think it's up down Reading Road, something like that, even now. And we was up there, and he got to talking and 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 talking. And I think at one point, did I bring a book with me? I think I actually did have a book with me, and I just proceeded on just reading it until he got done. And then another customer comes in. He talking to the guys that works at the shoe place, and I'm quite sure their mind is like, okay, uh, he got what he want. Okay, it's like it's time to go. You know, we got work to do. You know, and it's like just going on. I can't even tell you how long we was inside that daggone store, just running off with the freaking mouth. Marshals don't know when to shut up. They don't. They really don't. So me, I just can't up and just talk to random people like that. Just start a conversation and just keep going and going and going and going and going. You know, I just can't do that. But that's what narcissists do. They just talk to random people and they don't care. They don't care if you got a child with your children with you. Your kid's gonna get restless, start crying, and get hungry or whatever. They're gonna hold you up. They don't know when to shut up. They don't know when to break off. So when you run across someone, a person like that, just be mindful of where you could be talking to someone. This is straight up narc. You just don't know when to shut the fuck up. And while they sit up there talking, just beware. Be careful what you tell them. Be careful what your conversation is going to be and what's going to be about when it comes to narcissists. It's not good. It's sure in hell it's going to be ugly. I'm about to get off of here. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. You got some narcissists out here. They talk too damn much and they do not know when to shut the fuck up. And I'm surprised there's no videos out there about narcissists that is so talkative. They just don't know when to shut up. God bless. Good night.